Yeah, the 2024 election. I've already talked about it a little bit in the podcast about it being a very important election. I think personally it could be the biggest election of the last century, essentially. There's so much going on in this election. There's so much going on as far as like just our economy, inflation, all these kinds of things. The dollar being at the precipice, the debt ceiling being raised all the time. What's the debt level at now in the U.S. like 33 trillion or something? It's crazy. In Canada, it's not much better. I mean, it's nowhere near that, but it's as far as our level to GDP, it's crazy. So, and then you know, you've got the Ukraine war with Russia and then China. Like you've got so many different things going on that if we don't get some semblance of adults taking over again and not okay, let me be clear on this. Adults taking over at our uh, you know, at our we picked them essentially. Not a deep state or a a fourth branch of the government that essentially shadow governs, and then realistically who we vote doesn't really matter anyway because all this shit's just going to happen anyway whether or not whatever figurehead is in there. We need a government that actually takes control and actually does what's good for the country, whatever country it is. So right now obviously I'm talking about the US elections. Same here in Canada because I'm in Canada. If you're watching for the first time, I'm Canadian. I do have political opinions about your land. Uh, I just consider us the 51st state, realistically, because we're only free because you let us be. We thank you for that. Uh, but so your elections matter. The U.S. elections matter big time to Canada, and I think conversely, at times ours matter a bit to you guys too, as far as what we're doing up here, and then some of the push that happens in the northern states. You get some of the close to Canadian states. They're pretty much like Canadians. If you go to like North Dakota or Michigan or some other bordering states, New York and such, you get a lot of the same type of people. It's just so the politics are pretty close to the same. I mean, they've been crossing the border and intermingling for so long. It doesn't change much, but I really think we need to, at this point, get president that is not necessarily right or left of any heavy lean, just a centrist type of president that sees that the bureaucracy and the bloated government is just not good for the country in general. So maybe some house cleaning, maybe some executive branch house cleaning, maybe cleaning up the FBI and CIA and some of these other organizations that kind of run rickshaw and amok from the government. So it would be nice to see. I don't know. I'm not gonna say which president or uh, which candidate is the guy or gal at this point. Um, there are a couple that I would say that probably have the best chance of maybe doing that. Some that would surprise you even, and some that sadly I don't think have a shot of even winning. So, but it'll be nice to see if some of these other sort of dark horses can rise up and actually get some traction because we could really use some new fresh leadership that maybe isn't in bed with some of these deep state actors, if you will, and some of these three letter organizations that seem to be running the show.